Do you have a new iPhone or want to make sure your iPhone is set up correctly? Setting up a device can be a challenging process. Many options exist, from network settings to configuring night shift or using Siri for voice commands. In this senior's guide, I'll give you 10 easy to follow steps. If you're starting with a new phone, the first thing you'll need to do is create an Apple ID. You can use your primary email address or any other email. Your Apple ID is the gateway to your Apple device and the account used for all Apple services. If you already have an Apple ID, you can synchronize the data you may have on other Apple devices using iCloud. So again, I'll remind you, all of your devices should be using the same Apple ID. iCloud Sync allows you to share content seamlessly. For instance, notes you have stored on your iPhone will instantly be available on your iPad. Photos and contacts will be accessible at any moment on either device. So what I mean by that is, if I come into the Settings app, and let me come back to the main settings page. If I tap on my name at the top and I tap on iCloud here, and I tap on Show All, here are all of the Apple apps and services that are syncing between all of my Apple devices. So you can scroll through these and see what apps are syncing, and then those apps would be available on all of your devices. You'll also want to configure your privacy and security settings. To do that, you'll come into the Settings app. You'll locate Privacy and Security on the main settings page. Tap on that. There's a whole host of things you can do in here, but if you have location services on, you can check to see which apps are using location services. And so a lot of apps, I might allow them to use my location, like maps or things that I absolutely need to. I might never allow a service. So you can go through these and check to see which ones you're allowing to use your location. So with the AccuWeather app, I'm allowing to use my location when I have the app opened, but when I close the app, then it no longer is using my location. So let me tap on back. You can also find out which apps are tracking you. And as you can see, I don't allow any apps to track. So when you install an app, it's going to ask you, do you want to allow this app to track your usage? Just say no. Or if you want to check this, come into the Settings app, tap on Privacy and Security, and then go ahead and tap on Tracking, and then toggle off any switch that you don't want to track you. And then below that, here are some things like Photos. If I tap on Photos, these are the apps that I'm going to allow to have access to my photos. If I have the microphone, these are the apps that I've allowed to use the microphone on my device. So go through these and decide what you want to turn off and what you want to leave on. Have you found the Tips app that's in your iPhone and iPad? There's a built-in app on your iPhone and iPad called Tips. Let me bring it up. There it is. I'll open it. And the app will show you how to use the device's features and native apps with different topics. New tips are added all the time, so you can return later and learn something new about iOS or iPadOS. The Tips app is a really great feature. Configure your control center. Swipe down from the upper right corner of your screen to access the control center. Some older devices will access the control center by swiping up from the bottom of the screen. You can set it up to be accessible even in apps. So let me show you how to do this. I'm just going to tap anywhere outside the boundary so that we come back. I'll come back to the home page. And then I'm going to come into the Settings app. And then I'm going to come back to the main Settings page. And I am going to locate Control Center. And if you toggle on the switch that says Allow Access Within Apps, then anytime you want to swipe down from the upper right corner, the Control Center will appear. You can also show home controls in the Control Center if you use them. I don't. And then below it, you'll see Included Controls. So right now, these are the included controls that I'll find inside my Control Center. And below that, you'll see more controls. And by tapping on the plus sign next to any of these controls, so I'll just go ahead and tap on Alarm, it's now been added to the Control Center. And if I swipe down, you'll see the alarm at the very bottom left-hand corner has been added. So take the time to configure your Control Center. Check out the Notification Center. So you'll swipe down from the top center portion of your screen to access the Notification Center. And here you can see the last messages, calls, calendar events, reminders, and other app notifications. To configure this further, go to Settings and then tap. Let's make sure we're on the main Settings page, and then tap on Notifications. And here you'll see a whole list of things, but some things that you should look at is this is how the notifications are displayed in the notifications. If you get too many, you can, schedule a summary. You can change how to show previews. If we come down to notification styles, some apps I don't want to receive notifications for, so I turn those apps off. So you'll see a lot of them might be off. You can also go through and just make sure that the ones you want turned on are. So if I come down and let's go to find messages, if I tap on the messages, which for me is one of the most important apps, I have allow notifications, I have allow critical alerts, I have time-sensitive notifications, but you can set this up for every app that you have inside of the Notification Center. Take the time to look at yours and set it up the way you want it. Enable Night Shift. This filter will allow you to read, browse, or watch videos in a low-light environment and help you sleep better at night because it stops your display from emitting blue light, which can affect your sleep and cause eye strain. To access the night shift option, you'll want to come into the main settings page, tap on display and brightness, scroll down until you see night shift, tap on it, and you'll see that I have mine scheduled. I'm going to just toggle it off for a minute. Whoops, sorry. Let me toggle that off for a second. And you can either have it do it manually until tomorrow. If I tap on scheduled and I tap on the area where it is to schedule, you also have the option to choose between sunset and sunrise, or you can create your own schedule. This is a great feature to reduce eye strain. Enable and set up Siri. The iPhone's voice assistant can do many things now, such as making a call, setting an alarm, taking notes, and opening apps. Siri is even accessible using your Apple AirPods. You'll be prompted to activate Siri when setting up your iPhone, but you can also access Siri in the Settings app. So we're inside the Settings app, and Siri obviously has been activated by my voice and is listening. I'm going to tap on that to get rid of it, but come in here and tap on where it says Siri and search. Once I do that, I have all of these options available to me. Go through these options. Listen for, if I tap on that, I have the choice of the options that I want to use. You can actually turn Siri off if you want. You have the voice. You can choose which voice you want to use. Take your time, go through the options, and look and see how you want to be able to use Siri. Have you used AirDrop? AirDrop makes it easy to share documents, photos, videos, and files between Apple devices, including iPhone, iPad, and Mac. You can wirelessly transfer files when the devices are nearby and connected to the same Wi-Fi network. To use it, you have to select AirDrop from the share sheet. So if I'm in my Photos app, which I am right now, and I select a few photos that I want to share, and I tap on the share sheet in the bottom left-hand corner, here you're going to see right in the very beginning, you'll see the option to AirDrop. I could also tap on AirDrop and it'll show me which of my devices are available. And so if somebody's in the room with you and they're connected to your Wi-Fi and their device has AirDrop enabled, you will see their device also listed there, and you can tap on any of the devices and it'll enable you to send those photos to that person. So when you're taking photos at an event, sending multiple photos to family and friends is fast and easy using AirDrop. If you have to send them via messages, it just takes that extra time. Get used to using AirDrop. It's really fun. If you're a first-time iPhone or iPad user, have fun learning everything your device can do. Don't let the tech frustrate you. Start with the built-in apps from Apple and slowly add apps from the App Store that interest you. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.